So welcome everybody. Welcome to Hot Song Podcast. Today is the 28th of November 2024, and the topic for tonight is the fourth eye. And this is the fourth session on the fourth eye. So last week we talked about how we can actually map out how we can map out information for the fourth eye in terms of healing, how we can, use a kind of a grid to map out so that we can get information about how to heal someone, whether it is ourselves or other people. So we're going to extend on that this evening. And someone already asked about, how can I manifest something? The same as when you're trying to manifest healing. So last week we talked about how to heal ourselves or somebody else. So we use a kind of a grid to find out what's wrong, whether it is physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. So those are usually for healing. Those are the four main things that we looked at. So when you want to heal somebody, you want to look at, how is the physical side? Is it something that is wrong physically? Could be there is, a blocked blood vessel, for example. So those are something that's physical, whereas an illness may be due to an emotional issue. Let's say somebody is always angry, so they're going to because of that, their liver is affected. And so illness may be due to emotions. It may be due to mental, like something in your mind. Maybe you worry a lot. So if you worry, then you really wear your nervous system down, and you may not be able to sleep or rest properly. So over time, that can give you, that can manifest as some sort of illness. And if spiritually, if you're not doing things that your soul came here to do, then it's like your soul is like, what is this? What is this lady trying to do? It's always doing the wrong thing. So the soul may give them a wake-up call in the as an illness, as a wake-up call to make them slow down and really rethink their life. So illness could be one of those, or a couple of those together. So when we try to manifest health, then we need to look at those four things. However, this is really a map for manifestation. Anything that we want to create in our life, we can use some of that. We can use this model as well. So that's what I want to kind of go into more this evening. So let's do some sharing. I want to pull up my... Okay, so this is my presentation for tonight. And so this is what we looked at last week. So we looked at, health, physical health, emotional, mental, spiritual, and it depends on it depends on whether you can see color or not. If you can see color, when you use your real eye or when you use your fourth eye to ask questions like, what do I need to look at health-wise? So you may see a color, which the color, if it's health, then the color usually represents the organ. For example, red is usually to do with the heart, because the heart pumps blood. If it is a brown color, it could be, I think, I forgot what the brown color is. But different colors represents different organs. I think the blue is kidney, and orange is spleen. So different colors represents different color. I mean different organs. So if you see color, then the color will give you some idea where in your body you are looking at. And then emotional state. So usually you're looking for whether is it a dark color or murky or faded color. If it's a dark color or if it's murky or faded, that means that whatever that color is, there's something wrong with it. Like if this is a bright red, then it probably is okay. But if it's a dark red, your heart shouldn't be like that. So emotional, like if it's different emotions have different colors associated with it. So for example, green is usually associated with jealousy. So depression maybe is represented by a dark color. It could be black, and gray could be confusion. So the color is really dependent on what it is that you're looking at. Okay, so each of these colors represents something different. That is if you can see color. Whereas some people, they may not be able to see color, but they can at least feel whether that particular column needs to be looked at. So you can at least feel whether it is a yes or no. Yes, I need to look at this, or no, I don't need to look at this. So it all depends on how sensitive you are and how good you are at interpreting each of the what the information you get means. So this is what we talked about last week. Any questions or other suggestions so far? Not really, huh? Okay, so this week I actually want to extend on this model. So I actually want to go to, so let's say if we're trying to manifest a project, could be a project, this project could be a new home or something like that. So whatever, whatever it is that you want to manifest, just put this instead of projects. For example, manifest for business, or more a vibrant business, or it could be make more money. So that can be your project. So project simply means whatever it is that you want to manifest. Okay, so depending on what you want to manifest, then you are the one who decides the columns. Columns meaning the aspects of this project. For example, going back to my example of, I want to manifest a house, for example. Then, first is, whether that project is a yes or no. That's your meaning that you want. Are you aligned with your soul? Does your soul actually think that it's a good time to have a new home? And then because you need money for that project. So the money part would be, for you to look at how the money situation is. And then you need people, meaning that at least you need to, let's say if you are living with, a other people in your home, then that will represents all the other people. Could be you're sharing a place with your sibling or your children. So those would be other people. And then time is it a good time to buy the home right now? Or should we wait, another year? Maybe we'll get better price. So timing would be a good column to look at. And then we need to look at location. Is it going to be in Toronto, maybe, or are we moving out to Manitoba? So location would be the location of the house. So I'm just giving the example of 5 columns. It could be more. It really depends on what your project is. However, suggestion is to keep it to maybe for the first few projects that you want to work on is to just keep it to 4 or 5 columns. Columns meaning things that you want to look at. Okay, so because you are just learning now, so 4 or 5 is manageable. When you're good at, doing manifesting with 5 columns, then you can extend it to, 6, 10 columns, as many as you want to look at, as many as you can handle. However, to start with, 4 or 5 columns is a good place to start. So that's how I look at project. So what do you do when you have this? So when you have this, then when you decide what those columns are, when you decide what it is that you want to look at, then you want to see, okay, so what is the status of this project? So you ask the question. And then you may either get a color, or you may get a yes or no, or, there's an issue you need to look at. So then you start to ask the question and then find out what information you get from different eyes. You can look at it from the real eye, which is really connected to your soul. So with something that's more, physical, as in manifesting a house, a new house, then, using a real eye would be a good place to start. So the real eye would be able to tell you some information. What kind of information? It depends on the person. You may get color, or you may just get a yes, go for it, or no, it's not. Yeah, it's not for you right now. That kind of information. And then you look at the next one, money. How will I be able to get the funding for this new house? Then you will, when you ask the real eye, when you look, you will get some information, whether a color or a yes or no. So like that's what you do, is to ask questions and then see what the answer is, and then you can start to interpret how to interpret the answers that you get from your different eyes. Okay, any questions so far?
Can we just ask, like, for financial stability?
Yeah, you can. So the project would be financial stability.
Okay. And then we have to ask specific questions or just general?
You have to, well, first you have to decide what it is about financial stability that you want to look at. Okay, so
Like always having enough money to pay bills and survive, not keep worrying about.
so if something like that, so you may want to, like, if it's about finance, you may want to ask whether it is money from other people or money from a job, or from work. So you
Yeah.
may want to have one of those as a column.
Okay.
It really depends on what your project is. The columns is dependent on the project.
All right.
So
And
when you have this, then you will be able to find out, okay, so for money, which column has an issue that I need to look at? Because those are the ones that you need to do some healing and do some change with it.
mhm. So
So
these
this is
colors are specific to these columns, or like for money it is blue, that you would see the color blue?
okay. So blue is usually a color, it's blue is for water, blue is for calm, being calm.
Okay, right. Yeah,
So being calm about money, I would say that that is pretty positive.
yeah, like peace of mind.
Yeah. So mm, the color, it's hard to say what color is because it depends on what it is that you are looking at. If you're looking at a um more importantly, it is whether you're looking at a dark color or a murky color. Because usually, if it's something is dark, let's say if it's dark blue instead of just blue, then
Mm-hmm.
there may be an issue because dark color usually means that, something is not going well.
Okay,
A murky color is usually, there's too many things that is making it unclear or this. So that's really more importantly what you want to look at. Is it dark? Is it murky? So usually a bright color, like a bright, whether it's a bright blue or bright green is usually more positive than a dark or murky blue.
hmm.
So
No, what I'm saying is like the blue color is connected with money issues, or this is just a guide from your chart?
it is just a color that I put down. There's no
Okay,
particular meaning.
yeah, so it
I,
can
I
be
don't
any
want
color that you
I
see.
don't want
Yeah,
to specify what color means anything because color is very individual. A color
right,
may be good for me, but it won't be good for you.
right.
So you are the one that has to kind of decipher. Okay, blue. If I get a blue color for money, do I feel
Mhm.
good about this blue or not? So you have to ask the question and you have to
Yeah,
use your own discernment to find out whether blue is okay. Is a good color or a bad color for yourself.
yeah. So my point is that it can be any color. Doesn't.
Can be any color. Yep.
Okay, okay. It's not specifically blue for money or
Not
anything.
particularly. Yep.
Okay,
That's true.
okay. That's what I'm trying to get. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Other questions? I actually have another example. So this is for example that I have for relationship. Let's say I want a boyfriend, for example. For example, that's what I want. So for relationship, let's say a new boyfriend, let's say. So it's the status. So I would be the one that is going to map out what each of these column is supposed to be. So status, should I do that? Meaning, is it a go or not? So if it's green, that means, not bad. It's a nice color. So communication, because, if it's a relationship, then communication is important. So I want to look at how we communicate with each other. So if it's a dark purple, okay, that's something that definitely need to work on. Let's say karma. Do I have any karma that is going to prevent me from finding the right person or not? So I would get a color or yes, no, or 1, 0. So it really depends on what works for you. then I would look at, okay, how is that new person going to affect my family? And then how is that new relationship going to affect me and my friends? And is it going to affect my life purpose? I could put other things like finance if that's important to me. So I am the one that, map out what columns that I want to look at. Let's say I only want to look at these six. And then, I would say, okay, status. Is it a go or no go? So green, yeah, I feel pretty good about green because green is usually, meaning it's go. And then, so communication I need to look at communication and need to look at some karma issue. So family is blue. So I feel good about these. Let's say life purpose. So, red is not my favorite color, especially about life purpose. So I would say, okay, I may want to look at how come it's a red. Why is it not a purple or a blue or something that is more spiritual color? So these are things that, when I get the information, then I have to find out how do I feel about that color. And if it's the color stands out as something that I need to look at, then I would use fourth eye, fifth eye, sixth eye, or seventh eye to get more information. Let's say if it's on karma, it's a dark gray, so I don't like that dark gray. It would tell me, okay, there's some karmic issues. That's why, I still don't have a new boyfriend now. So I want to, really dig deep into letting go of some karma. So it tells me what it is, what each of these column, where do I stand right now? And then as soon as I find out where I stand now, then I can start to shift it by using so communication, so I can learn how to communicate better, for example. Or if it is about karma, then I can do some karma release work, because we all know how to do that, right? And we're using the whirlpool. We activate the real eye, get the orb, and then use the whirlpool to release some karma. So once we know whether we need to do further work on it, then we can start to um, find ways that we know how to shift that. So let's say I work on myself, and then the next time when I look at this again, the colors would shift to something different. Then the next time when I look at it again, it may not be dark gray anymore. It may be it's a nice golden yellow, which for me means it's pretty good. So then I would look at, okay, so where else in this grid do I need to look at, or is everything okay? If everything is okay, that means chances are good that that new boyfriend is going to come in. So then I would start to go to more parties or to start to get out more often to meet new people. So I still have to do something, but at least I do these healings or shifting in myself that I can do. Okay, so that's how I we can use this for manifesting, whether it is health, business related, money related, or relationship related. So different projects would require, different columns that we look at. So better, clearer? You guys understand what I'm trying to say? Questions?
Yeah, I have a question. If you want to learn to communicate more with your soul, how would you go about it?
Okay. How to communicate better with your soul. Um, I'm just trying to find what's the easiest way. You know what? Look for synchronicities. What do I mean by that? Is, um, so what do I mean by that is, let's say, you use tarot cards. So in the morning, you pick a card,
Mm.
and then you kind of, throughout the day, you kind of remember what that card is and see if the rest of your day is makes sense, makes more sense to you in light of that tarot cards.
Oh,
And that's one way of allowing guidance from your soul to come through.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience, when your soul wants to communicate with you, it will find a way. It could be as simple as, just watching television, like you're not even trying, but certain storyline is going to, or certain words that is being said on a TV show that means nothing to anyone else, but it will mean something to you because you're so, you recognize it. Oh, that is for me. You recognize it. So if you if you specifically do something like pick a tarot card or you pick a book and just flip to, whatever page, any page, and you just read, then use something like this randomly to allow your soul to speak to you. I think I used to use I Ching. That was a long time ago. I used to use I Ching to kind of find out, things about, what's happening in my life. And it got to be so spookily right on that I just stopped using it. It was like, okay, got the message. So mm, so it can be that, or it can be just a tarot card, or it can be just flipping through a book. Just in the morning, because I have lots of books, so that's why I use the the
Mm-hmm.
uh, the use a book is I have so many books that when I really need an answer from my soul and I don't quite hear it, I would just, which book attracts that I'm being attracted to. I'll just pick up that book and then flip randomly to a page and just read and see if there's a message that I needed to get.
Yeah, I like this with the books. I love books too.
Yeah, a book, or it could be a song.
Mm.
So it can be anything.
So you put the question, okay, my soul, I want to know this.
Mhm.
Or I want to do this. Are you happy with it or not? And so then you open the book and you get the answer. Something like this.
Something like that. Yes. You have a question, you have a question first, because then
Yeah.
you are asking the universe. And
Mm-hmm.
then with that in mind, you just see which book attracts your attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. That's a
Then
good
you
way.
just flip to any random page. Or if there's any particular number of the page number that comes to you, then do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but thank you. That's a good way.
Yeah.
It's so
Not so.
interesting. Once I did it. It used to work, but I thought it's only with the holy books.
You're funny. Okay.
Thank you, Winnie.
Okay, you're welcome. Holy books, okay. You know what?
I,
If that's what you believe, then that's what you have to stick with.
no, I just was told, to check that book, and I checked it, and I was really amazed that I got the answer.
Hmm.
I have question.
Sure. Yep, go ahead.
I want to know about the colors because I don't see the colors.
You don't have to see the colors. If you don't see color, then you ask for a yes or no.
And also my computer was, kicked me out, and I didn't know, I didn't hear what is terracotta.
What is the what?
You said something about terracotta.
Oh, okay. The question was how to hear messages from like talk to our soul. I was just suggesting that one of the ways is maybe in the first thing in the morning, you just randomly pick a tarot cards, and then you um kind of pay attention, like remember that tarot cards, and then see how the rest of your day flow.
But what is terracotta?
You don't know what a tarot cards is.
No.
Okay. In that case, don't use tarot cards. Use a book because it's the same thing.
Mhm. Okay. Thank
Use
you.
book. If you like holy book, then do holy book. Just randomly flip to a page. Like when you have a question in mind first. So have a question in mind if you want to have some guidance from your soul, have a question in mind, and then you just with that question in mind, just randomly flip to a page and start reading and see if that gives you a clue to answer your question.
Excuse me, I
Thank
do
you.
have a tarot card. Can I show her? This is tarot card.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like small book, right?
No, it's card actually. So it
Ah,
has
it's tarot
different,
cards.
yeah.
Tarot cards. I didn't recognize the word. I
Uh,
got it. Thank you.
uh-huh.
Thank you.
Okay. You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Martha.
Yeah.
Yep. Tarot cards or a book, or if you don't have no book, then a magazine will do too. Like a magazine that you like.
I have to order tarot cards.
Yeah. It's very
I've
interesting.
heard different word. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's
Thank you so much.
Right.
tarot card is amazing. It's very good. I like the way that Winnie said. I do have it, but I didn't actually use it. But now I know what to do with it. Thank you, Winnie.
Okay,
I will do
you're
that.
welcome.
I love it. Yeah.
Let's
Need a
see.
guidebook also, right, with the cards to decipher what the meanings are of the pictures.
Yeah, different decks of cards is more suitable for different things. So, pick one that resonates with you. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so what does a yes or no feel like in your body? No. So I just want to throw this out. If you don't know what a yes or no feel like in your body, then that's kind of basic. So what I would do is think of a situation that for you feels like a yes. For example, do I want ice cream? Is it a yes? Let's say I love ice cream. I don't, but yes, let's say I do love ice cream. So for me, ice cream is a yes. Then I would think of the last time I had ice cream and then remember how that feels in my body, for example. And let's say I like to go to the beach to walk. So when I go to the beach and walk around, I just have that yes feeling in my body. And then the other thing that would be a yes to my body is, okay, I like to have dinner or lunch with my son. So that's definitely a yes for me. So I would think of things that is a definite yes. I love to do it and see when I think of that event, see how it feels in my body. So that would give me what a yes feels like. So usually about 3 or 4 events, would let you know what yes feels like in your body. So go to those different events and feel what it feels like in your body so you can calibrate that, okay, when it's a yes, this is how it feels in my body. And then next is what the no feels like. So you definitely want to think of 3 events that is a definite you know in your body. Let's say, okay, let's say, no, I don't want to go to church. That's a definite no. Or no, I don't want to go to jail. It's a definite no. Or no, I don't want to walk barefoot in the snow. This is a definite no. So when you think of these events or decisions, that's the definite no, feel how it feels in your body. So then then you would know what a yes feels like in your body and what a no feels like in your body. So that's how, like, when you have an idea what yes feels like and what no feels like, then when you ask questions, as in like when you get back to, these things, when you ask questions, you would feel whether it is a yes or is it a no. So it's very important to kind of go through this exercise to find out what yes means to your body and what no means to your body. It's very simple. And once you know what yes and what no feels like, then you can actually, a lot of the times you can ask yourself questions and get an answer because your body actually knows a lot more than you do consciously. So you, even with just a simple yes or no, you can actually get a lot of information if you know what yes feels like in your body and what no feels like in your body. Okay, questions? So these things I think I've probably covered already. So at first, just keep the columns to maybe 4 or 5. And then once you get good at it, you can add more to it. So let's say I have an example here. This is a 10 column. So this is what Seafood James actually use for healing. So the first 4 we already know, and then he would add to energy flow. Is energy flowing in the body? Is it karma? Is it life purpose? Environment, let's say the house, is there mold in the house, or is the house a good place? And then is the universe trying to give a message because of this healing? And then healing path is, how to proceed. What's the next step? Go see a doctor or go get a healer. So like these are the things that he would look at. And for each person, it may be the same or it may be different. So it's the point is you are the one that can choose which column to include or not. And you can actually choose what color is means what things, because you're really communicating with your unconscious mind. If you communicate with your conscious mind that green means yes and red means no, then your unconscious mind will adjust to you and communicate with you according to what works best for you. Questions, comments so far?
What does muted mean? And
What does what?
muted, like muted purple?
Muted purple. Oh, muted, it just means it's not a pure color.
So what does it mean? It means that it's vague, it's
Yeah,
uncertain.
it's not good. Like purple for universal message probably is good, but if it is muted, it means there's something that's not going right.
Hmm. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. If no more questions, then let's see. I'm going to